Of course, President Lincoln is right. Major, you know yourself that should Little Crow succeed, these uprisings might well spread to Idaho and the Dakotas. I'm afraid your perspective is dimmed by our own war here.
Confederate soldiers seem a little more real to me.
Get yourself into a conversation with Sergeant Haggerty, Major. He'll give you the proper briefing. Compared to rebels, the Sioux Indian is the wrath of hell.
That wrath must be stopped, General Dunn, if the Union is to remain intact.
There's no easier way than deploying a fighting division.
Yours, Major Franklin?
Begging your pardon, sir, it's just that Sioux Indians in Minnesota seem a trifle detached from my own tactical problems.
It's a reality, Major.
Captain Hewson is a very capable officer. I hope he serves your purpose well.
He will, Major.
Besides being a well-educated man, Major Franklin, he's also half Sioux Indian.
The whole uprising rests with two men. Little Crow and a Union soldier.
Captain Hewson, sir.
7th Cavalry Division, sir.
You know the Major?
Major.
And this is the President's personal representative, Mr. Bradford, Captain.
How do you do, sir?
Captain?
Since time is of the utmost importance, I'll be brief. The Union Army needs the food supplies that are coming from Minnesota. They're not coming through. A Sioux uprising threatens the success of the whole Union Army.
Little Crow is threatening war. He's pulling his people from their government-granted lands to do it. He must be stopped.
This is not an order, but a request to be accepted purely on a volunteer basis. I hope you know why we're choosing you, Captain. The fact that you and Little Crow know one another, and that he respects you.
But that was a long, long time ago, sir.
We're hoping he hasn't forgotten you.
Here's a military directive from myself, giving you access to Fort Ridgely and full cooperation from all military personnel stationed there. This letter, direct from the President, gives you full authority to take command of any situation that might arise from your visit, to be used as you see fit.
Regardless of cause and effect, you must prevent hostilities.
Sergeant Haggerty will escort you to Fort Ridgely where he's stationed. He's to be completely trusted. I know the man well. Here are your personal instructions. Read them carefully, Captain, and destroy the letter.
Thank you, sir.
My best to you.
Thank you. Mr. Bradford?
Captain.
Major?
Good luck, Captain.
Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
On your toes. Men like Hewson don't happen often. We need him.
Yes, sir.
Haggerty, is it?
Yes, sir.
Good. I'm ready to start when you are, Sergeant.
I'll get them out, sir.
Much, did they?
No, sir. They usually don't. Colonel, sir, may I present Captain Hewson, Colonel Carver.
Corporal? Yes, sir. See what needs to be done here. Captain, with all due respect to the President, the Governor, and yourself, it's going to take a lot more than one man to stop Little Crow.
Colonel, my express purpose in being here is to Contact Little Crow, survey the needs of your post, and make my report. Your command will in no way be usurped. My rank remains that of captain.
What you see out there, Captain, is all that you can expect from Little Crow.
5 Fort Ridgely men, sir. 1 civilian teamster and 2 shotgun riders.
Have the detail bury them. I'm riding in with Captain Houston. Sergeant Haggerty will show you to your quarters. I'll expect you for drinks today.
Here, here, and here. The most fertile land of all, and all of it ours.
If we don't lose our nerve.
What do you think, Jeff?
How do you want it? Officially as Indian agent or Jeff Baxter, private citizen? I was just going to tell your brother the more persistent the Sioux attacks are, the more troops Washington will have to send in.
That's true, Hugh, because the Union Army needs all the food Minnesota can deliver.
A truce with Little Crow wouldn't sit very well with you two, would it?
It would not.
What makes you talk truce at this time?
I'm going to wage war against Little Crow just as long as I can. You know that.
Well, at least we agree on something.
But not for the same reasons.
You're forgetting this military career business, Hugh. When all this is over and done with, you're coming into business with me.
I'm fighting Little Crow because of my own reasons. It has nothing to do with your conspiracy. Remember that.
But you're quitting when all this is over.
You're not running my life, Dan.
Let's stop this arguing, gentlemen. Let your brother make his own decision, Stan. He'll see things our way.
Will he, Jeff? From captain to colonel was one big jump for him. He likes it.
Forget it, Dan. Can we have that escort tomorrow, Hugh? Hugh. The escort. We're leaving first thing tomorrow morning.
There'll be no escort for 2 days. Not until at least 1 or 2 patrols come back.
Well, that can't be helped, can it? Cocktails as usual?
Right.
Good. See you later.
You're a fool, Dan.
Because I fought hard for everything I've got? Trading posts, land.
Because you're trying to be the richest man in the state.
And because you don't like the way I'm doing it. You feel very secure in your little military world, don't you, Hugh? It's not enough. Not for you. Not for the hate you got inside.
That's enough.
It's hate, Hugh, for yourself and for the mistake you made with Felice. Something you'll never live down. So you take it out on war.
But to your profit, Dan.
Ours. Our profit if you'd wake up and see it. Wake up, Hugh. At the mistake you married. Stop playing soldier. Forget this military business. Think big. Like me, like Baxter.
You know, there's a possibility of a truce with Little Crow.
What are you talking about?
Don't force me.
All right, let's have it, Hugh.
I've got a little surprise for you and Mr. Baxter. A Captain Houston from Washington.
So?
A truce with Little Crow is written all over his face. I thought you'd like that. Cocktails at 8. And I'll make sure that you meet him. Excuse me now, I've got some work to do. Now. Captain. Captain Houston, may I present my brother Dan? And Jeff Baxter, Indian agent for the state of Minnesota. Gentlemen, Captain James Houston.
Welcome to Fort Ridgely.
Thank you, Mr. Carver.
Welcome to Minnesota, Captain.
Baxter. Dan?
Please, may I present Captain Houston. Captain, my wife.
Good evening, Mrs. Carver.
I'm happy to know you, Captain. Shall we sit down, gentlemen?
I understand you're on a special mission of some sort, Houston.
You might call it that.
We hope you'll find Minnesota to your liking. With the exception of the Indians, it's God's country, Captain.
I value your opinion very much, Mr. Baxter. Thank you.
You wouldn't believe this, Captain, but... You know, 7 years ago, this country was a wilderness. It's grown. And when the war is over, there'll be a boom here. Biggest one we've seen. Railroads, banks, industry.
We'll never see that, Dan. Not with the Sioux problem.
Army men aren't prophets.
No realists, are they, Hugh?
And you, Captain Houston, visionary or realist?
Oh, a little of both, I guess.
Well, then, you didn't come with the right ammunition, Captain. A little of both will never solve the Sioux problem.
Wiping out Little Crow is the only answer.
Perhaps.
What's your answer, Captain? There's mention you've come here to talk truce with Little Crow. Is this true?
War and killing never solved any problems. Just adds others.
My brother, Captain, is a professional soldier. He can't help but regard the Sioux as a perpetual enemy.
And one that can never be trusted. Something you'll learn up here.
Indian hatred is an obsession with my husband and his guests, Captain. Shall we change the subject with some coffee?
I'll help you. What did you mean just
Are
now?
Dan and Baxter leaving in the morning?
When the first patrol comes back.
I'd like to go with them. I want to return to St. Louis.
We'll talk about that later.
I'm not your prisoner, Hugh.
Forget you're my wife.
I know. The Colonel's wife.
Beg pardon, Colonel.
Yes?
It's Running Bear. The patrol's back with them.
What happened?
They were ambushed. 2 dead.
Well, we've still got Running Bear. Half-brother Lou Crow, Mr. Houston.
I know.
I want to see that savage.
Sergeant Edmondson's with them. They're waiting for you.
I'll be right along. In less than 24 hours, you've seen 7 troopers killed. All without tactical maneuvers, ambushes. And you think you can stop them.
That's why I'm here, Colonel.
Come along, I'll show you what you're up against.
You'll be talking, Running Bear. You'll be glad to when I get through with you.
Has he talked yet?
No, sir.
Nothing at all?
Just arrogance.
You know what I want.
Yes, sir.
Now, you listen to me, Running Bear. You're going to be in for serious trouble unless you tell me where Little Crow's new camp is. Now, save yourself a lot of pain. You're familiar with my treatment. This is the Indian nation all rolled into one, Mr. Houston, right here. Savages filled with hatred and ignorance. They'll never learn anything because they neither have the capacity or the will. Sergeant, show the man from Washington how we deal with ignorance. Stand back, Captain. What's the meaning of this, Mr. Houston?
I want Running Bear turned over to me.
You must be out of your mind.
He'll take me to Little Crow.
Were it not for your special dispensation, Mr. Houston, you'd be in for serious trouble. As it is, going with this savage may teach you something that you'll never forget. That is, if you live to remember it.
I'll keep that in mind, Colonel. Thank you very much. I'm leaving first thing in the morning. I want Sergeant Haggerty and 3 men.
Is that an order?
A request?
As commanding officer of this fort, I refuse your request. I can't spare the men.
Very well, sir.
Sergeant Haggerty has been designated as your orderly. It's his choice to make such a mission as this. I'll help where I can, but I won't send men out to be killed.
By your leave, Colonel.
Captain.
Yes, sir.
You're foolish to make this try at Little Crow. Take my word for it. I know the Sioux too well.
Little Crow and I were boys together, Colonel.
And now he's a man.
So am I. Half Danish and half Sioux Indian.
Take him out, Sergeant.
You hear what he said?
Yeah.
He's half Sioux.
And he'll get to Little Crow.
He thinks he can. He's bluffing us and fooling himself. He'll be killed.
I'd like to make sure.
That won't be necessary, Baxter.
Jeff is right, Hugh. This soldier nonsense has gone to your head. Houston's got to be stopped.
Come in.
Miss Carver, it was rude of me to leave without thanking you for a pleasant evening. I enjoyed it very much. Well, good night.
Captain Houston, I hope what you saw in there wasn't too unpleasant.
It wasn't.
I'd like to apologize for my husband's attitudes and actions.
You needn't.
My husband's a very vengeful man. I'm afraid much of his hate for the Indian comes from me. You see, my mother was of the Blackfoot Nation. My father was a Frenchman.
You needn't explain. I understand.
I wish you could, Captain. It's not talked of, you see. Every once in a while, I just have to get it out of my system.
I know how you feel.
Captain Houston just dropped by to thank us for a pleasant evening, Hugh.
Oh? Did he tell you about his plans for tomorrow?
No.
He hopes to meet with Little Crow.
Didn't you warn him?
Oh, that's all right, Mrs. Carver. The Colonel understands my reasoning. Oh, good night. Colonel?
You can't let him go.
Are you concerned?
I think he's a very fine man.
I thought you would.
Will you stop hating me?
You stay away from Houston. Do you understand?
He's an officer and a gentleman.
He's a half-breed Sioux. You didn't know?
So that's why you let him go to Little Crow.
Thank you. Morning, Sergeant.
Morning, sir. Sir.
Good morning, Captain Houston.
Mrs. Carver?
I just wanted to wish you a safe journey. If you're tall like myself, it's nice to have somebody watch you leave.
Thank you, ma'am.
As the Sioux would say, may the courage in your heart shield you from any dangers.
Ma'am? Felix Haggerty? Yes, sir. Running Bear?
These are not the eyes of the Sioux on us.
But their eyes.
Evidently, your plan of taking a different route didn't work, Haggerty.
It all depends on who's following us, Captain.
Let's see if we can get him out in the open. Come on. I guess we were wrong. Let's rest here. Get after the other one. There it is. There, that's it. Yeah, poison. Yeah, but don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. You know method? I haven't forgotten.
Chippewa, sir. Found this on the dead one. Worth at least $100 at any agency store. Will he be able to ride with us?
As soon as we get his wound cleaned out. We're going to need some elder root and some taro leaf, and we'll have to build a fire.
Right.
They wait for you, Running Bear.
I hope he's saying the right things.
To come with one soldier and fortunate to be with Running Bear.
Friends usually greet one another. Have we drifted so far apart? Good to see you.
And you. Now you wear the Union soldier dress, our symbol of hate and war.
I come to speak of peace, not war.
Has your wisdom been dulled enough to speak for the chief white soldier of Fort Ridgely?
I speak for our great president in Washington.
He knows of me, and he sends you?
Because he knows of our friendship, it is his hope that we might be able to come to some understanding to prevent war.
The White Father and his Union soldiers are no longer a match for the Sioux. Just as you. You were no match for me when we were younger.
Today we stand as men. Perhaps the years have changed Little Crow, too.
We shall see. Your skill is still good, little wolf. As before.
And your wisdom, is that the same as before, too?
We shall talk.
So there we were in this hole, and we couldn't do anything about it. That's how it happened.
The council shall be informed of all the promises you have made in the name of your government.
And they will be kept, as will the money payments long past due. Your people will receive food on order.
And the man who owns the many trading posts?
By this mark we both bear, made in the blood of our youth. That man will never cheat the Sioux again in land matters or any other dealings.
That's the Chippewa that got away.
There'll be no more discussion, Baxter. I'm having a meeting of the principal traders in this area, including Dan Carver.
I'm listening.
I'll settle for an agreement. No more deals for Indian lands. Honest food distribution. No more substitutes for grain or feed.
They haven't been cheated.
From government stores or private traders, including you, Mr. Baxter, for your running mate, Dan Carver.
You're stepping out of line, soldier.
Baxter? This piece of paper says you're in trouble.
This trouble.
This Indian tried to kill us, Baxter. Why?
What are you talking about?
That paper says he did.
You're crazy. Get that Indian out of here.
Mr. Baxter, Dark Cloud is here with a bunch of Sioux demanding wheat, meat, and flour.
Run him off, Jason. Dark Cloud has had his ration.
He'll not move till he and his people get their orders filled.
All right, Dark Cloud, you've had your food. There's no more for you. Now get out, all of you.
We have order for food. This paper says so. Clear out, Dark Cloud. You'll be in trouble, and so will your people.
This order's good, Baxter. Fill it.
I don't recognize it.
Haggerty, take these people to the storehouse. Fill this order.
Yes, sir.
The storehouse is locked.
Break it open. I'll take that.
Put those back.
Not till I'm finished with it.
That's government property.
So am I, Baxter. I'll give you exactly 8 days to get those people to Fort Ridgely for that meeting. Don't you make the mistake of not coming.
Houston, are you going to file a report of this incident to Colonel Carver?
8 days, Baxter. We're right into town. I want you to send a telegram to Governor Ramsey while I pay a visit to Dan Carver.
Well, hello, Houston.
I've spoken with Little Crow.
Oh?
He's agreed to hold off hostilities for a little while.
That's good news, isn't it?
I also spoke with Baxter. I'm having a meeting with him and the principal traders in the fort in 8 days. You be there.
Oh, you're making all this sound pretty serious. On what authority are you acting?
I've sent a wire to Governor Ramsey. His representative will be at that meeting. You be there.
Oh, Captain Houston, if you're planning to head for the fort, I'd like to join you.
I'll be leaving in a half hour.
All right, let's move off now.
We have order. You must give us food.
There's no food for you. Now get.
No go without food. Government order give us right.
Come on, come on.
Hello, Captain Houston.
Miss Carver, I was just coming by to see the Colonel.
He'll be back later. At least that's what his orderly tells me. I'm glad your trip was safe,
Thank you, ma'am.
but not without incident.
No.
Sergeant Haggerty told me about it. Not till I'd asked him, though. Oh, just carelessness, I guess. I knew where the door was. That's the usual explanation, isn't it?
I'm sorry, ma'am.
He's changed. Ever since he took command of this fort. May we walk? Or do you mind? So I was young and I guess a little spoiled. My father saw to that after my mother died. He loved her very much. He thought Captain Carver was perfect for me. So did I. We were so wrong.
Does he know that you're...
A half-breed? Yes. Didn't make any difference to him. Not until he took command here.
Maybe you're telling me more than you ought.
It's a long time since I've spoken like this to anyone. And then when the war started, he took command of the fort. Captain to Colonel. It pleased him. Gave him a little world of his own. And with the Sioux to fight, he hopes to gain his glory.
Yes, and perhaps his death, too.
He wouldn't mind if it brought him glory.
You know, I feel sorry for the Colonel, and for you, too, Mrs. Carver.
You shouldn't.
But he loves you.
We'd better be getting back.
Mr. Houston, you have no authority to call such a meeting. And those papers you confiscated from Baxter to be returned to me at once. You stepped way out of line this time, Captain.
Before you go any further, Colonel, I suggest you read these letters. Now, Colonel. It means your brother has been outranked, Mr. Carver. I'm sorry to have done it this way, Colonel. Mr. Ramsey's representative will be here for a meeting on Thursday.
On Thursday, Captain.
I'll return those papers to you tomorrow, after I've had some copies made. Good night, gentlemen.
Captain.
Colonel?
Your rank stops with my wife. Don't ever let me see or hear of you being alone with her again.
We can't have that meeting. Do you hear me, Hugh? Baxter's papers must be destroyed. We can't wait any longer.
Yes? What happened?
Never mind about me. It's Baxter and Dan Carver. They're out to kill you.
I don't believe they'd go that far.
You hadn't left them any choice.
What about the colonel? Is he involved?
You've got him frightened, but not to that extent.
Well, well, now isn't this cozy? I warned you.
Don't be a fool, Colonel.
A fool? You know what? I'll deny having seen those letters. I'll tell them that you failed with Little Crow and spent all your time making love to my wife.
But you...
Stay right there.
I'm not afraid of you anymore. You just do whatever you like.
Colonel, put that gun down.
Noise! Indians approaching the main gate, sir.
Stay here, Miss Carver.
What's your position?
They're dumping something out there. They're leaving. Is it all clear? All clear, sir. Open up the gate, Sergeant. Captain Slocum, couple of men cover me.
What is it? The Sioux, they're up to something out there.
I've got the papers.
Well, he'll know.
He'll have to prove it.
Bring in one of the bodies, quickly.
We're coming back.
Captain Hewson, next time you remember that I'm the commanding officer of this fort.
Anybody know this man?
Baxter's brother from the trading post.
The other two must be his clerks.
He mutilated him.
You wouldn't know the other two.
They dare challenge me in this fort.
It's a warning, Colonel. Someone must have broken the treaty.
Well, it's our last warning, Mr. Hewson. Captain Slocum? Yes, sir. We'll attack at dawn tomorrow.
Now, just a minute. This is an act of reprisal.
Not when they kill 3 men.
They wouldn't carry 3 men this far if it weren't. I know the Sioux.
You should. Bring in those other 2 men. Come with me, Captain Slocum.
I didn't ask for your presence.
You're getting it.
Welcome. We'll hold on this perimeter and attack this village at dawn tomorrow.
You can't attack a defenseless village.
The Sioux Indian is not defenseless.
You attack this village and Little Crow will destroy this fort, women, children, and all. Let me ask Little Crow for the men who are responsible for this killing. They'll stand trial in civil court.
They'll laugh at you.
Now, I want Sergeant Haggerty. 5 men in 3 days.
No men.
But, Colonel,
as commanding officer of this fort, it is my right to refuse you my men with the possibility of attack under the circumstances. You can only go so far, Captain.
I see.
And if you fail to return within 3 days, I'll take action as outlined.
I'm leaving for St. Louis as soon as it's safe to travel.
Well, I hope we see each other again. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Whatever it is they're saying, it doesn't sit right with me.
I can't read it.
Don't be worrying. For sure, it's about us.
Some of it, anyhow.
We no longer speak as friends.
We're not enemies. I come here to speak with my blood brother.
He wants no more talk.
It would do the Sioux well if my death could wait until we have spoken.
White men raised their rifles to kill. My braves would not lie to me.
Then let them stand trial in the white man's court. I will speak in their favor.
I ask you to give me the men who killed my braves. Let them stand trial by my counsel.
They've already paid the death penalty without trial.
What of the others? Why will you refuse them trial?
What others?
The white chief soldier and those who work with him. His soldiers have plundered a Sioux village, killing many Sioux braves. Have you forgotten the language of the drum?
Is this what they spoke of?
Do you still ask for my braves?
No. It was to prevent this attack on your village that I came here.
You knew of the attack?
They promised me it wouldn't happen.
By the forked tongue of the chief white soldier.
They gave me 3 days.
And now it is done.
I still have the power to stop the fort.
Only the Sioux has that power now.
I speak for the president. His promise to me will keep the soldiers from any more bloodshed. You must ask the council to wait. Then let me speak to the council.
Your words would not be heard. Follow me.
The white man is not weak because he fights against each other in the north and the south. If the Sioux wishes to wage war, the white man is strong enough to defeat him.
You are weak now. We have never been stronger.
You say the white man does not want war, yet it is he that has planted the seed for death.
That seed was planted against the president's wishes, planted by a white man of evil thought. I speak the truth. This you know because of the Sioux blood that runs in my body.
What of your mixed blood? You cannot be true to the Sioux and to yourself.
If you continue to wage war against the white man, you will be defeated. I do not wish to see my blood brothers die. Help me bring peace to both my people, the white man and the red man. I ask this of you, and of you, Little Crow, in the name of our brotherhood.
am the voice of my people.
If this is your answer. I leave my brotherhood here with you.
Get away from him. Put that gun down and go back and help the others. We've already driven them off. What's your count? 10. 2 wounded. We were 24 when we started. Haggerty with them? Yes, sir. Get the colonel a horse. We'll take him in.
Safe inside. This means the Sioux will strike for sure.
What's happened, Captain?
The colonel and his men were ambushed by the Sioux. He's hurt rather badly.
Sergeant Edmondson, get Colonel Carver to the infirmary right away and find Dr. Hartack.
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me, I'd better go with him.
How long have these people been here?
Most of them about 24 hours. A lot of them never made it.
Sergeant, drop by and see how he's feeling.
Listen, I don't know if you've heard, but Captain Slocum's dead.
No, I didn't know.
His detail ran into a party of Sioux. They were cut to pieces. Now we're left with this. Houston, you know the Sioux. Dan and I talked it over. You're taking command here.
You've been giving orders around here for a long time, haven't you?
We're all in this together.
You and Dan Carver are responsible for this.
Don't ever say that again.
I'll say more than that if we ever get out of this one.
Captain Houston. I'm running this far.
How is he, Doctor?
Not good. We can't wait any longer. Will you help?
Of course, Doctor.
Sterilize those instruments, will you?
Right off, Haggerty. I want to know how many troopers, how many able-bodied men amongst the settlers, how many guns, what kind, and a full ammunition count. That's it. Here, sir. Each one of you will remain in charge of the 10 men given you. Now, Sergeant Haggerty will again give you instructions as to the signals we use, when and when not to fire. Under no conditions are you to shoot unless the order is given. Is that understood? Any questions?
Will you tell us the truth, Captain? What are the chances?
All right. Bill Crow will probably spend the next 2 or 3 days and nights hitting us with every tactic he knows. He'll try to draw us out, make us expend every shell in the fort. But we won't do it. We'll fight his fires, and we'll make sure that every shot we fire hits its mark. Now comes the tough part. Waiting. Good luck, men.
Indians approaching the front gate!
Hold your fire. Hold your fire, Red.
Sure a pity we can't take a few of them, especially when they come so close to us.
That's the tough part of the decision. Sticking to it.
Yes, sir.
Again, closer.
Hold your fire.
He's getting mad soon.
Then we'll let him have it.
Finding out now. But let's hope we can fool them.
Storm the gates.
They have many weak points. We will wait till dark.
What do you make of it, sir?
I don't know. I didn't like Little Crow. I didn't try very hard. I think he must know we're weak. If he does, he'll attack tonight.
That's what you wanted, wasn't it?
You know what I wanted.
Yeah, your freedom. Well, you've got it now.
At least he died for glory, didn't he? Not for you or back.
That's enough.
That bothers you, doesn't it?
Soldier boy. Shot in the back by Running Bear. He didn't fool anybody.
He's your brother. Don't say that.
Well, now you've got your Captain Hewson. Wrapped in ribbons, half Sioux, half-breed police. Mistake like you.
Is it true that Dan Carver started all this? Some of the folks are saying it's all his fault. He was working with this Baxter that runs the trading post. The killing started there. No offense meant, Captain. Just talk.
And let's leave it that way.
Sure. I'll take a turn around. There! Make out 3 of them. Looks like one's carrying a white flag. We'd better alert the fort.
No, I'm going out there.
Not alone.
I have to go alone.
Rifles have spoken well.
We are strong, Little Crow.
More braves come.
You didn't come here to speak of this.
You are right. I speak of peace with you and the fort. At what price?
You showed courage at our council. You believed enough in your thoughts to part brotherhood with us. Therefore, we believe your president's promises because we believe you.
Then there can be peace.
When you have turned over to us those guilty of starting the killing and cheating of our people,
Those men will be dealt with by our courts as I promised you.
give them to us and the war is over.
Are my promises good only on your terms?
There will be useless death on both sides. Give them to us.
There'll be no end to the killing if I gave in to your demands. This we both know.
What of your trust in me?
That's up to you.
The lives of more than 100 people are in your hands, Captain. Now quit the fight if you hand over these two.
We're not giving in.
2 for 100? I say we agree.
It's not your decision to make. You give in to Little Crow now, he'll come back here and destroy you and the entire fort.
Hand them over to Little Crow.
These men are my prisoners, and they're going to stay that way. Little Crow can prove himself without these two. We'll wait.
He'll kill all of us.
Either way, it's his decision to make. Now, put those guns away and go on home. I'll take care of these two. Haggerty, lock him up.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, Captain.
Ma'am?
I wish there was something I could do.
I wish you could tell me what's going on out there. It's far too quiet. Much too quiet.
Maybe Little Crow's learned the truth of your words.
Maybe I've been saying the wrong words. Maybe I've been thinking the wrong thoughts. Half of me in here, half of me out there. I don't think I'm good for either side.
I believe in you. The others will learn.
What happened?
I found him outside the jail, sir. Claims Dan Carver wanted to speak with him, and then he says Carver hit him. They're both gone.
It's true, sir.
You're lying.
No, sir. Letting Dan Carver go after what he did to the colonel is the last thing I'd do. I'd never betray his trust. Never, sir. Whether he's living or dead. It's true. Believe me.
When did this happen?
Maybe 2 hours ago, sir.
2 hours. 2 hours. I'm going to take a turn out there. Excuse me.
Alone, sir?
Take care of him.
He'll be taking care of himself. You'll be having company. By your leave, sir.
Not his time, sir.
easy. He kept his word.